and we'll talk about all the flashbacks which end in Voldemort going,
Harry Potter.
Stupid. Hi, welcome back. Let's just start this. Let's not mess around here. Today we're going to be talking about the atrocity, actual travesty, the disaster, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This was painful. This was actually painful. So recently I reread Cursed Child for some fucking reason. I thought I'd make a video explaining my troubles with it, explaining where it all went wrong, everything. By the way, don't watch this if you haven't seen the play. If you want to avoid spoilers, that is, and definitely do not watch this if you haven't read the book. In fact, why are you here? Basically, I've just taken to defacing the book, which I normally would never do. Don't get mad at me. And let me tell you, there is an ungodly amount of curse words in this book. But yeah, I kind of just took to defacing the book, and it was really difficult to summarise my notes because it was all just pure aggression. Let's start with the thing that I noticed straight off the bat. None of the characters are themselves. Harry Potter is the guy that we grew up with, that we've grown to love. He is just a bit of a dickhead, really. Like, I was reading some parts of this and I was just like, excuse me, Harry? The way he talks to McGonagall. This map will reveal to you where my son is at all times. I expect you to use it. And if I hear you don't, then I will come down on the school as hard as I can, using the force of the ministry. Is that understood? It's just parts like this, like separating the friends, like Harry would never do that. But also like, and he's really badly written. And they make him a really bad guy just to like bring up Albus, and I'm like, don't destroy the characters we've grown up with just to make your new characters more likeable. He hasn't even addressed his childhood trauma, so it doesn't even like justify how emotional and stroppy he is in this. Oh, also, for some reason they've decided to just take up how bad the Dursleys are by like a full fucking notch, to the level in which it's quite comical. Let me read this. Go on then, lay down your grotty little flowers and let's go. I already hate this poxy little village. I don't know why I even had the thought. Godric's Hollow? Godless Hollow, more like.
More like Hurricane Tortilla.
Let's talk about Hermione. The security. Let's talk about the security into our office. Alohomora. Did she not master that spell when she was like 11?
Alohomora.
You honestly expect me that Hermione Jean Granger hid a time turner using Alohomora in a bookshelf? I am baffled. Also, let's talk about Rebel Hermione. Hermione looks at Scorpius, still very distrustful. Most people know me as Granger. It's so bad. More so, you expect me to believe that Hermione stayed with Ron? Let's talk about Ron. He is Boo Boo the Fool. Ron just rocks up sometimes and he'll just say something that makes absolutely no fucking sense, and that'll be his line. He has one line per scene of that, and it's just tomfoolery. He's such a wacky uncle. That's his character. He is the wacky uncle. Also, Ginny. Who the fuck is Ginny in this book? Because I have no idea who she is. Where is Ginny Weasley and where have you put her? I'm just really mad because I know in my heart of hearts that Ginny Weasley would be one of those badass mothers who like have tattoos and wear skinny jeans. But in this, they've made her like a fucking 40-year-old passive, weak, dependent, snivelly, not at all headstrong character. Like, the Ginny I know and love would have beaten Harry's ass for half the shit he said in this book. But no, I wish her. Instead, Draco comes in and does it. And speaking about Draco, why is it that the Malfoys are the only good characters in this book? Okay, I've got one flaw with Draco Malfoy. Ponytail. Draco Malfoy with a ponytail. I don't know why I'm opposed to it, but I don't like it. Keep it. Scorpius is a ray of sunshine. I love him. He's the least badly written out of them all. My next annoyance, let's say, with this book is that all of the dialogue is so unnatural and formal. I don't know why it's written in such a way, but all of the dialogue is so fucking formal and like, I don't know what they were trying to do. Why is it written like this? The worst one for it is Delphi, who speaks like normally and quirky for like the first bit, but then as soon as she's revealed to be evil, she turns into fucking Shakespeare all of a second. She goes a little bit ham on being a bit formal to her dad. Do not mistake me. I would not claim to be worthy of you, Lord, but I have devoted my life to being a child you could be proud of. Shut up. Like, her entire character basically exists to be quirky for a hot second and then turn into like batshit crazy reincarnation of Voldemort. One of the other things is that it relies on stage techniques. Like, I feel like it has action for action's sake instead of it being story progression and a logical plot. And god, I mean, this play needs it, but this just doesn't work. First of all, there's the writing on the wall, choreography. That's great. Bits with the Dementors are really good. But other stuff they've added in for no good reason is every single character flies for some fucking reason. Umbridge, Delphi, Voldemort, I think. Since when has it been a rule in the wizarding world that every single character who is just bad can fly? The Trolley Witch, I think, flies at some point. I have to talk about the Trolley Witch. You honestly expect me to believe that the pumpkin pasties are grenades? Like, what the fuck would happen if someone just simply dropped the pumpkin pasty? Never, never have I let anyone off this train before they reach their destination. Some have tried, Sirius Black and their cronies, Fred and George Weasley. All have failed. I'm not gonna bring Fred and Sirius into this fucking mess. Another thing I missed out, if you've seen the live show, you know about the slides that are used to kind of represent the Flu Network. These fucking slides, if you know how bad they are, you know. Next, this was unnecessary. We had the epilogue for a reason. Everything that's in this book has been done. I wouldn't mind, but it's been done better. Let's talk about how illogical it is. Okay, so this entire book, the plot is that so basically 90% of the play is them just going back to the Goblet of Fire story because they couldn't think of a single plot that we needed. Okay, we're gonna turn the brightness right down for this, or we might even go in black and white, I'm not sure. Guess let's talk about the Darkest Timeline because it would be a sin not to bring it up at this point. Let's put my hood up. We need to be dark and brooding like Scorpius. The Darkest Timeline is some of the dumbest literature I've ever read in my entire life, basically. Umbridge flies. They refer to Scorpius as the Scorpion King, whatever the fuck that means. In the Darkest Timeline, Draco has Harry's job. Ooh. The worst crime of the Darkest Timeline is that Scorpius is straight. I think the worst part of this is that and the reason I'm wearing this cloak is because in the Darkest Timeline, Scorpius wears a dark suit and it's really edgy and he's like an emo. And also another part of this is that they like swear by Voldemort. Like they'll go like thank Voldemort or like happy Voldemort Day. Voldemort and Vala, dude. I'm taking my hood down, this isn't about the Darkest Timeline. In like the other timelines they'll go like bye Dumbledore or thank Dumbledore. If that isn't the most fanficky and cringy shit you've ever read, I don't know. I don't know what I tell you. Bye Dumbledore. Back to the Darkest Timeline we'll go. Turns out that was all I had for the Darkest Timeline. Let's return. I am going to keep this cape on because I kind of like it. It looks kind of cool. It's keeping me cozy. So yeah. Okay, so my biggest problem with this entire play is that it's not gay. I took to just writing gay every time something romantic happens between Scorpius and Albus. And then at the end they added another chapter in which they talk about girls and it's so fucking forced. Let's reference the text. Honestly, they had more chemistry than Harry and Cho did. They're so damn gay, oh my god. There you go, you see? All dry humour and Albusy. I love it. Gay! Scorpius leans ominously over Albus's bedhead. Bedhead? Albus. Psst. Albus. Albus doesn't wake. Albus! Albus wakes with a shock. Scorpius laughs. Pleasant. That's a pleasant and not scary way to wake up. Gay. As pleasurable as it would be to hide in a hole with you for the next 40 years, they'll find us. Gay. Albus finally gets the upper hand and pins Scorpius to the ground. At that point I kinda just wrote, kiss, 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 because they are what? They're gay, oh my god. At this point I kinda just put in some shit that I cringed at a lot and I didn't want to leave out the video but didn't really fit anywhere else. So yeah, yep. I say because that's what we do. We mess things up. Well, we lose. We're losers. Haven't you realised that yet?
I'm weird.
Dumbledore attempts to reach out of the portrait, but he can't. He begins to cry but tries to hide it. A pause. The two men are overcome with emotion. Ron says, fine, but if you say one thing about her or me, Draco says, "You'll do what, Weasley?" Hermione goes, "He'll hug you, because we're all in the same team, aren't we, Ron?" So to summarise, this is the worst book I've probably ever read, and I have sat through the 15/17 to Paris, so that is saying something. It is basically really badly written. I'd say that the writing is honestly on par with Riverdale.
I'm a weirdo.
I could think of honestly like 5 other ideas. Here's some that I've just kind of brainstormed roughly for like a second. Make a McGonagall prequel. Make a show about the Marauders, but only let me do it because I don't trust anyone else to touch my precious babies. Make films about Ilvermorny and the other wizarding schools. Literally make a film about anything else. That's pretty much all. This is a really bad fucking book, dude. It's worth the money, go see it once, just to say you've seen it, so you can kind of like compare it, but don't read the book if you want to like respect yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at remus.lupin, like D-O-T, not the full stop. I say this every time. It's on the screen right now. I'll see you next time. Bye.